Hello everybody, I'm Matthew Austin and SamuraiHex, so welcome back to another episode of the Manager of Legends Journeyman save with me, Matthew, and our manager, Neil Braden. Now in today's episode we have the transfer special. Last episode, if you haven't watched it, go click it on the eye above or down further below by scrolling down. You'll find the video for last episode, but once you watch that, come here and you'll see that we have the transfer special after winning the Europa League and getting into the Champions League and being a 4.5-star manager. So a new club might be wanting us if they decide to. I don't know. We might not get one, we might get an interview, we might join another club. Who knows? But if you are looking forward to this episode, please give the video a like. It does help the channel out immensely. You can also subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well for mobile notifications, desktop notifications, push notifications, everything you can wonder. And comment in the comments saying, can't wait to see what transfers you'll do. And while you're at it, why didn't you also check my Twitter/X profiles and Discord link to a Discord server, which is the Hex Dimensions community run SamuraiHex server. Along with me and some of my friends. Come and join that if you feel like it and become a more of a bigger part of the community. Yeah, last season we unfortunately finished 7th on the final day of the season, where we didn't get Europa League and instead got Conference League. But instead we then won the Europa League 3-0 against Man United and got into the Champions League. We now have a budget of 200 million plus to spend and about 600,000 to spend on the whole wage budget, so enough to get some really good players in, maybe some youngsters as well if Mark Noble is inclined. But first, the season review. I of course won the Europa League and the Community Shield because of our last year's winning the FA Cup. Now the only place to join us was Cabal, who joined us in January, and Teresi, who also joined us in January. They were both over 7 ratings, so they were quite good. Valentin Gendry, who joined us in the summer, he could have been much better, especially with the average rating. Jado, who joined us in the summer and played a decent part in the season, and Mellet, who joined us on loan in January and joined us permanently later this summer. In terms of players were left, Amsavur left, Pasaricic left, Scorpetto unfortunately left because of his fee release clause. And we also sold Samuel, our main choice goalkeeper, and then we don't really bother about loans. The board are pleased that we managed to get Europa Conference League football through the league because of them wanting to only finish in the top half. Europa League, they were A+ because of us winning it. Emirates FA Cup, they're unfortunate because we only reached the round of the 4th round when they wanted to reach the quarter-final. It's to be expected because we unfortunately lost Cardiff, Championship Cardiff, who I think was struggling at the time, so that's really disappointing from us. Carabao Cup, they were also disappointing, but they realised we had a tough draw against Man City, and then they were pleased that we won the Community Shield against Chelsea on penalties. Biggest win was the 5-0 victory against Juventus. Match to remember was the 2-1 victory against Newcastle, and the goal of the season was Archie Gray's goal against Slavia Prague in 3-1 victory against them in the Europa League. We've stayed the same current ability wise. I was hoping we might get it to 4.5-star, but oh well. Sponsorships gone down by another 50 million. I think the season before that it had gone down by 100 million. That's not good to see. Broadcast revenue have gone down by about 4 million. However, we've gone up in corporate and hospitality, competition prize money, and matchday commercial income and retail. So merchandise 10 million, 1 million from non-domestic, 500,000 shirts sold. Zaza was the highest seller, then Toclamati, Gray, Lopez and Azgula. Best 11 was Samuel in goal, and then Gendry at right back. Marzo and Romero as our 2 centre backs, Luke Thomas is our left back. Arch Gray and Carlos Lopez as our 2 DMs. Zaza as IMR. Argulo as IMC. And Connor Smith as our left winger. And Toklamati as our striker. In terms of club awards, most assists by playing a match was broken by Zaza. Premier League Golden Boot was Toklamati. I think he won that last season as well. Europa League also Toklamati, Golden Boot. Europa League Player of the Season was Arch Gray. And Young Player of the Season was Zaza. Or Zaza. I don't know if it's Zaza or Zaza. I think it's Zaza. Defensive Player of the Season, Zaza. Young Player of the Season, Zaza. Goal of the Season, Arch Gray, of course. Top goal scorer, 32, Toklamati. Most assists for Zaza, which of course was broken record. Most Player of the Match awards with 6 was Zaza. Highest average rating was Zaza, and most passes completed per 9 minutes with 69. Nice is Josep Luis Romero, who at the start of the season was unhappy because he hadn't been getting the game time, and he's coming to his own and showing me how good a player he is. I thought it was someone to be written off and hopefully be sold, but this season he's proven the opposite. Yeah, they were saying we did good, manager timeline, load of stuff there. And yeah, if I quickly go on the best players, because we never show you that. Best player was Zaza. Then it was Arch Gray, Toklamati, Kobol, who didn't really play enough. Lopez, Ramazani did well. The games he did play. Connor Smith was also a good player in the high 7s, or over the 7s, and so was Tresse, even though he didn't play much and he only joined halfway through the season. He's gone down from 4-star to 3-star, so I don't think he was as good as everyone thought he would be, but he could still get good. Hopefully he does get to that 4-star again. There is potential. Worst players, probably Lasau, Pina when he did play, and of course he's now unhappy and I want him gone. I've also transfer listed him because he kept having bad training ratings. I kept criticising him each way, and I got to the end where I said, okay, if you're not like that then, you're not listening to my warnings where your training's poor, then I'll put you on the transfer list. So he's on the transfer list, and hopefully the Director of Football will see him. It's one way to find a way again to break the system of the rules and get a player on the transfer list by just instantly criticising them in training until they say they want to leave, or until you say you can let them leave. Then they do. So hopefully he will leave in the summer. Yeah, a good season all round. In terms of expectations, okay. Wow. All that's still the same. They still want us to spend the original transfer budget, and they also want to increase commercial revenue. But this is the thing, they want to be the best youth system in the country. We can do that in a few seasons, but probably not next season, considering we're only 18-17. We are, I think, increasing our training facilities, but youth facilities we haven't been able to ask for it yet. Reached the last stages of the UEFA Champions League. I'm surprised about that. So that's quarter-final. Reach the Champions League in the league, or qualify for it, and then they also wanted to win a domestic cup. It's quite a bit ambitious. Won 2 trophies in 2 years, and 3 trophies in 2 years, and you think you can play it with the next big guys, like the top 6 and all that. Then they want at the end of the next season to win the Premier League, as well as continue to win, and continue to win the Prem. Oh my word, I might be now wanting to leave if a club comes our way, or a big job 4.5-star plus reputation club comes in one of the top 5 leagues in Europe. I might just leave if that sort of expectations is that high, considering I think we're good enough to always get European football or win a cup if we get lucky in our draws, but I don't see us ever getting in the Champions League or winning the league in a year. But yeah, I'm just going to have to accept that. And now we go ahead to the next little point and see what happens, and I'll see you for that. Bye. So first off, Juventus and Napoli have offered us an interview. I'm going to do that off camera because I assume anyone who plays Football Manager or is interested in Football Manager Journeymans on YouTube knows how the interviews work, and they haven't changed in like 3 or 4 years now in the game cycles. So I'm just gonna do that off camera. But Napoli and Juve. Napoli finished 3rd and Juventus finished 6th. It's all been dominated by either Inter or Milan over the past few seasons. So Inter have become the new Juventus. Napoli are expected to finish 3rd, Juve are expected to finish 4th. We're also off track, they're both 4.5-star reputation clubs, when West Ham are only a 4-star. So it might be a good idea to leave to join them if we do get the offer. But we have got to attend the interview and hope they even decide to offer us the competition. Quickly though, I want to show you something I noticed by looking through the English leagues. If I go to League 2, Sheffield United are a League 2 side. So, first season they actually survived relegation, which I don't think will happen in real life. Then they got relegated second season. They had an average time in the Championship for a few years where they finished mid-table or in the top half in the playoffs in that bit, and then 2 seasons ago they got relegated for the Championship, and last season they got relegated to the League 1. So now they are a League 2 side, and where are they expected to see some preview? They're expected to be 16th, so there's a high likely chance that within 10 seasons of the game happening, Sheffield United will go from Premier League to National League. Wow. Do you think they're that bad in real life then? You know, with all the talk on Football Manager's realistic. I do not know. But yeah, I just noticed that and thought I'd show you. Scarborough Athletic, also in League 2 alongside Sheffield United, which is very, very interesting. The early transfers that have happened, because we're on the new season, if I quickly go to them. So the only player to leave, only 2 players have left so far, which is Stacey Colcat, who's went to Northampton on a free transfer. That was just before the end of the season. And we finally saw Noni Madueke. 5.5 million, rising to 6.5 to Southampton. I think that's a good deal for us, and considering he'd hardly played for us all season. Past 2 seasons he's hardly played for us. So it's good to get him off the box. Hopefully now Kudos, Chijoki Paul, some of the other players like Pina can also be let go as well. In terms of the other player that's joined us so far is Mohamed Apong, who comes in as a youngster, 2-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. Comes in on free transfer from Man City. And yeah, that is all the transfers so far. So I'll skip ahead again, and hopefully more transfers, and maybe a little bit of a job offer from Napoli or Juventus. Who knows? So the transfers have happened again. Lukinder John has gone permanently to Ajax. He was on loan with them last season, and he had a 16.75 million fee release clause, optional fee accepted in his contract. Ajax have hit that release fee, and so he has left to join them. And we also loaned out Dwayne Highland to Crawley and Alex Merritt, who was on loan with us last season, has joined us permanently as by his loan contract. So he's joined us for 3.1 million. Will probably never play a game for us. I'll quickly show you Napoli job was unsuccessful. They've gone for Niko Kovac, who was the Wolves manager. So I could maybe go to Wolves, but considering they were in administration only last season, I don't think it's worth it. And season preview 13th when wow, we're expected to finish back. What? How? That'll be why. For one thing, that'll be why the board are wanting us to get Champions League and eventually win a title. Crystal Palace, that team that bought Samuel for 25 million odd, they're probably 6th best team in the league after just getting promoted. So it might not be that West Ham and Crystal Palace are getting better. So it might not be that West Ham and Crystal Palace are getting better. It might be that the top 6 are getting worse. So West Ham and Crystal Palace can get to that level along with Brighton and all that. And if you look, Liverpool are 10th best team in the league. So maybe they are getting worse. Who knows? I don't know. I couldn't find it round on the inbox screen because it's been a bit longer. But Juventus didn't give us the job either. It's gone to some other guy. But yeah, transfers in the meantime. Bedard has gone to Mansfield. Luke Edwards has gone to Luton. D McMaster has gone to Aldershot. Ben Williams has gone to Eastleigh. Rodney Stewart has gone on loan to Malaga. Corey Daniels has gone on loan to Oxford. John Amayaya has gone on loan to Adana Demirspor. Lamine Cham's been sold to Leicester for 5 million, rising to 7. He's a youth prospect through our academy. He's been on loan to Salford and Huddersfield last season, where he did quite well. Knock off the average rating, but for a player of his age, he did quite well. He got his call up for Norway, into the main team of Norway. He hasn't got a cap for them yet, but he has been called up to the main team. So it might be in the future where he might get more appearances, and so because of that, Leicester have seen him and they've gone for him. Corey Ferguson's also been loaned out. We've also sold Kento Ueda to Ajax. Ajax have bought 2 of our players now. Kento Ueda, of course, came from in our first season at West Ham, our first transfer window when we joined halfway through. He joined us from Yokohama F. Marinos, and he was decent for them, but for us, he just never hit the heights. He was loaned out last season to Sheffield Wednesday, where he did decently, and for whatever reason, Alex has seen that and thought, yeah, he's good enough to buy, so they bought him for 15 million. Now he's worth in the 60s, so maybe could have got a bit more for him, but oh well. Meanwhile, Tom Bray has joined us from Watford. He's England international, and he's also a wonder kid. So he joins from Watford, where he was playing regularly for them in the Championship, and last year he played regularly for them in the Premier League. So now he's joined us for just under 20 million. I think it rises to 26 million. So hopefully he will be a good player for us. So just quickly show you the games that have happened so far. In terms of the pre-season, we won 4, lost 1, and also lost in Euro SAM Club Challenge, Russia's European South American Club Challenge. I think it's for, I don't know exactly, but it sounds like it's for Europa League winners and whatever the second. It's not Libertadores, it's the other one. Whichever the second, like the Europa League equivalent is in South America. The winners of that play each other, and of course we lost to Velez. However, we have played Nottingham Forest and beat them 6-2. So that is good so far in terms of the league. And something that has happened also is Carlos Lopez. He has a release clause of 96 million. Barcelona offered that amount. We of course had to accept. However, at the time He could have joined Barcelona. We also offered him a contract, or at least Direct Football offered him a contract. And so instead of joining Barcelona, he has decided to stay in London and continue playing for West Ham. So instead of being £99,000 a week, it's now 200,000, which is currently going through his work permit for that, which I'll assume he'll get because he does sometimes get into the Portuguese national team. Also happening in all the transfers is Ibrahim Akochi has joined us from a Nigerian club called Rivers United. He's played a few times for them in the past 2 seasons. We've paid £375,000 for him, and he comes in as a future prospect, where hopefully he won't be as angry as Jerky Paul is, considering he plays kind of near the same position as our defender. And even bigger news has happened. If I quickly go to competition and the Premier League, yeah, have you noticed that? Man City, 20th place, -9 points. Man City went into administration. They had about -250 million in the bank. It's still -250 million. And Man City are, yeah, the owners of Man City have completely screwed it. By the looks of it, it's not gone well. The increased capacity, the won a load of trophies, and then the owner scaled down the funding. And because of that, 5 years later, they've gone into administration. So they're hopefully not going to be a threat to us to get into European football this season. In terms of season preview, they've now all gone all the way down to 11th favourite. I think if they hadn't been, there would be about 3rd, and we'd be 4th. We've gone down a bit from 2nd to 4th, and Newcastle now apparently the best side in England. The transfer window has ended, and more transfers happened before the end of the transfer window. So we sold Reece Hill to Forest for 4.6 million. The loan Gavin Burke, Christian Olufemi, and David Bowers. Michael Mendes also went on loan. Adekunle Okoli went on loan to Venlo. Then we sold Belchior Dotel to Forest as well. Ozturk has gone on loan to Real Sociedad. Brent Thompson's gone on loan to Venlo. And then Al Amrani has gone on loan to Monaco. We sold Alex Edison for 20 million to Brighton. And Lim Gowan's gone on loan to Ipswich. Now, I've just realised a player that I've sold, that the Director of Football sold, is not on the screen. Quickly go to the season prior. The day the season turned over, Martin Ojeda was also sold to Forest for a profit from him joining us last season from Brighton. They've paid just under 20 million to get him. Well, yeah, hopefully he will be a good player for them. Knock off him being playing for Forest. And Tobias Messam has also been sold or let go to Plymouth. In terms of people that I've just realised have been released, only 2 of them. Stephen Neville, who was never good enough, and Manny Scully, who was also never good enough. He's gone to Reading already, and apparently Neville's gone to Rotherham. In terms of people who have joined, though, after Acache, Miguel Gutierrez has joined us from Milan for 12.5 million. Comes in as our new main star and left back. So far, the games he has played, he has been having a 7.1 rating. So it looks like Luke Thomas will no longer be our main left back, which is unfortunate, but hey. We also brought in Alto Belia, just a youngster. However, we have paid a bit over the price for 6.25 million for a player that has only ever played 8 times for Augsburg's main side, and all the rest have been in the lower leagues of Germany. He comes in as a future prospect. Hopefully he'll get goal, but I doubt it. and Ronnie is also another new player that has joined us on a free transfer, or £375,000 from Atletico Goianense. Problem with him is his contract was running out at the end of the season, and instead of waiting just a few months, we went in for him permanently and paid for him. So I don't understand that. We could have just given him a contract and he would have joined us then, but oh well. In terms of the games though, since last time, we unfortunately lost to Newcastle in the UEFA Super Cup, and then played Aston Villa and beat them 2-0, lost to Leeds 1-0, played Arsenal, won 3-0, and then in the third round of the EFL Cup we lost 3-0 to Brighton. However, that does currently leave us third in the league. Brentford are top and Man U are second. Man City have already got cleared off the relegation zone by literally winning 3 of their games and drawing the other one. So instead of having -9, now have 1. So I don't think they're going to be threatened by relegation like one bit. But yeah, I think this is the end of this episode. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please give the video a like. It does help the channel out immensely. If you want to help support the channel more, you can subscribe to the channel, whether you're a return viewer or a new viewer. And even if you're already subscribed and you say, well, I'm already subscribed, then you can also hit the bell so you get push notifications so you never miss an upload. You can also comment a comment saying, I think these transfers were good, I think this transfer is bad. Whichever you want to say, just keep it nice and friendly in the comment section. And yeah, check out my Twitter/X profile, as well as the Discord down in the description below, and among other links. I don't know what links are even on there. I haven't checked it in like 2 years. I just keep copy and pasting and editing the description slightly. But yeah, I've been Matthew, us and SamuraiHex, and I'll see you all next time. Hex sounding out. Bye everybody.